In the world of major construction projects, so many companies are just stuck. They're stuck in this endless cycle of bidding, losing, and barely breaking even. But what if there was a way to completely break out of that? Today, we're going to look at a new model that flips the script, transforming engineering, procurement, and construction companies from just bidders into strategic partners and even owners.
I mean, for anyone in the EPC world, this question probably hits pretty close to home, right? That constant pressure of chasing tenders, the insane cost to preparing bids, and let's be honest, the pretty low chance of actually winning. It's a rat race that just burns through resources and gives you almost zero certainty. But what if you could just step out of that cycle for good? So first, let's really dig into the EPC's dilemma, the incredibly high cost of just competing. It's a world pretty much defined by public tenders, where, let's face it, you're just one of many. You're reacting to a set of plans with very little information and even less influence over where the project is actually headed. And this, right here, is the core of the problem. You're putting in all this work, bidding against 30, maybe more, unknown competitors for a single job. The costs to prepare those complex bids just keep adding up, especially when the win rate is so low. And the result? A totally unpredictable pipeline, which makes it nearly impossible to plan for growth or invest in your own business with any real confidence. So what's the alternative? Well, it's all about a strategic shift. It's about moving from being just another bidder in a super crowded auction to actually having a seat at the table in the boardroom where the real decisions are being made. Let's take a look at how a model like the ENERVIA Club is designed to do exactly that. The idea here is not just another project database. Not at all. Instead, think of this as a curated, exclusive circle of vetted partners. It's a network that's built on quality and credibility, and it's designed to connect the best-in-class EPCs directly with developers and their projects long, long before they ever hit the open market. And when you put the two paths side by side, the difference is it's stark. Instead of fighting it out with 30-plus unknowns, you're in a very select group of 3 to 5 vetted peers. Instead of just reacting to public tenders, you get proactive access to projects a full 12 to 24 months early. And, this is crucial, your influence goes from minimal to absolutely foundational, letting you help shape the project's design from the get-go. Okay. So this brings us to the first huge advantage, early engagement. This is the difference between being a hired hand, just executing a plan that's already been set in stone, and being a trusted advisor who actually helps create that plan in the first place. So what does that really look like in practice? Well, you're providing design input during development. You're conducting constructability reviews to catch problems before they become expensive headaches. You're advising on the most cost-effective equipment. You get to assess site conditions early, and you provide the budget validation that developers actually use for their planning. You're basically de-risking the project for everyone, including yourself. And the bottom line impact of all that, it's right here. All that early input translates directly into a much, much smoother construction phase. It means fewer of those dreaded margin-killing change orders, and at the end of the day, a more profitable project for you. It's that simple. Now, the next huge piece of this model is all about leveraging credibility. In the EPC world, reputation is everything, right? Well, this approach formalizes and amplifies that reputation, turning it into a powerful tool for winning contracts without having to just compete on price alone. So how is this credibility built? Well, first, your company is formally vetted, which sends an immediate signal of quality. Your financial strength and your track record get verified, positioning you as a bankable partner. The kind that financiers feel confident backing. This establishes you at a premium level and even gives you access to a network of your peers for powerful testimonials. That credibility then translates into real, tangible visibility. By being featured in prominent directories and club materials, your name gets put directly in front of the developers and investors who are actively looking for top-tier partners for their next big project. So when they ask, who should we get to build this? Your name is already on the shortlist. Look, winning individual projects is one thing, but the bigger picture here is about building a sustainable, long-term business. This entire model is designed to help you shift from that project-by-project mindset to a really solid strategic growth plan. And a huge part of that is expanding your reach. This isn't just about local work anymore. We're talking about gaining access to a pipeline of opportunities across continents and, this is critical, connecting with local partners to form joint ventures, which makes entering new markets way less risky. Now this right here, this is a strategic superpower.
Just imagine having clear visibility into your project pipeline 2, maybe even 3 years in advance. Think about what that does. It allows for confident investment in new equipment, super efficient workforce planning, and the ability to lock in long-term agreements instead of constantly chasing one-off jobs.
And the best part is, you're not doing it alone. The model provides direct support for that growth. We're talking strategic advice on expansion, guidance on breaking into new markets. It connects you with partners to add new capabilities, and even lets you benchmark your performance against other industry leaders to see how you stack up. Okay, now we get to what is honestly the most transformative part of this entire model, the ultimate reward. This is where the role of an EPC evolves completely, moving way beyond just being a contractor. This phrase, it just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the concept. It's about creating a dual revenue stream from a single project. You're not just getting paid for the construction work, you're setting yourself up for long-term returns. So how does that work? It's pretty incredible. Gold-level EPC members have the right to take an equity stake, up to 30%, in the very projects they are building. This fundamentally changes the entire game. And you can see the financial difference right here. It's black and white. A traditional EPC, they earn their construction margin, and that's it. The story ends. But as a partner with equity, you get that same margin, plus ongoing investment returns from the project, and a share in the proceeds when the asset is eventually sold. You're not just building a project, you're building an asset that you partly own. So let's just pull all of this together. What are the key takeaways? Well, this new model gives you direct access to pre-qualified projects, saving you from that exhausting bid cycle. It puts you into an elite network of industry leaders. It offers comprehensive technical and legal support to really fuel your growth. And maybe most importantly, it gives you the chance to participate in project returns, transforming you from a builder into an owner. You know, it really all comes down to this question. As the industry keeps evolving, the most successful companies might just be the ones who stop thinking of themselves purely as contractors for hire and start positioning themselves as indispensable long-term partners. So the real question is, what does that future look like for your business?